I just have not had the energy. I've been doing so many lives and so many sessions back to back that I just honestly burnt myself out and I wasn't feeling it. So we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking about coaching, current events, whatever the F is going on, but we're going to have fun while we're doing it. So if you're new to live, say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm in upstate Vermont, and I'm I'm really sick of the early nights, even though it's like breaking 5 o'clock when it's starting to get dark now. I'm just so sick of like the snow. Aren't how many of us are sick of the snow? But yeah, other than that, raising Sevak has been going through some transmutations. Readings are not even really present anymore. So it's coaching and hypnosis and other forms of work. So if that's something that you're into, go ahead and hit that DM. See what's up. Oh, we have somebody in. If you're new to live, say hello. Let me know where you are in the world and say what's going on. I'm going to be chilling here talking for a bit, and there's no tarot, so that's going to be fun. One of the things that I've come to find out, because when I initially started this channel, Max, what's going on? Maggie, what's up, girlfriend? Did you get them? Come on. Hey, what's the good word? Oh my God, my foot's asleep. So anyways, yeah, readings, I've started to pull that out of the opportunities. Don't really have them anymore. If I do them, I do them. If you know that I do them, then I do them. But other than that, it's going to be coaching, hypnosis, and other areas of self-help. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and put that in there. What up, Column? Long time no see, you guys. I know it's been a minute. So yeah, the lives complete burnt out with all the sessions that have been going on. Sleep was not happening, just pure energy depletion where I had no idea what I was even doing anymore. So kind of revamping things. What's been going on with you guys? I'm kind of ready for a big move. Still looking for a place in New York. Hey, King Conan, what's up? Calling in from Vermont right now. What up? What brings you here? Are you just scrolling through the interwebs and stumble upon this? Hey, Blackout. How you guys doing today? We have 6 people in here right now. We're going to be doing coaching and questions and, well, pretty much talking about current events and what's going on. So, nice mirror. It's kind of, I don't know what just happened. Like, this just cut right out. I went to go show the mirror, and this whole thing just went out. I have no idea what happened. Hey, Scorpio, Callum. I have no idea what happened. It just went. I'm lagging. Well, I am a hypnotist and I'm also a life coach. So what's going on with you? What is it that you want to talk about? What do you see that you are struggling with, honestly? Because I'm here for all of it. Thank you, Pavel. Oh, we have 10 people in here. Guys, if you're new, say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm in upstate Vermont, waiting for it to get warmer. We're about to do magic. You know, I've been a tarot reader since 1998, and I've pretty much taken it off the table. So if people know that I do tarot readings, yes, they can ask for them. If people bring them to me, they can ask them, but not really going to be advertising them anymore. How's the UK treating you? Yeah, so California, I do love California. I love the Santa Cruz area, and I love, love, love the redwoods. Braren, how do you pronounce that? I know I'm going to say it wrong. I know I probably did say it wrong. I'm going to send this. Actually, they'll probably get the notification. Oy vey. So, totally random guy. What up? Ivy, are you still here? Torpedo, what up? Maggie is going to be giving in her 2 cents every time she hears a noise. So I hope that you're down to clown with it. Maggie, what's going on, girlfriend? She doesn't like the noise right Thank you for the hearts. Who's chiming in right now? Oh my goodness. So anyway, like I was saying, Raising Sevak is going through a transmutation, and I will be starting to, my plan is to keep the name Raising Sevak. Oh, thank you, Pavel. Heavy winds in the UK, a cockapoo all he does is spring. You wanna know what? They're just letting you know that they're still there. You can't silence them, and they're never going to be silenced. Maggie is a border collie and a corgi mix. So she's short and she has like the border collie hair. And anything that you mix with a corgi, it's gonna look like a corgi that's kind of dressing up as the other breed. It's the cutest thing ever. So like I was saying, Raising Sevak, we're going to be getting into classes down the road. I'm going to be expanding on social media, not really doing readings, but doing coaching and self-care and mental health stuff as well. So that is something that you kind of can expect. We're still going to have the fun. We're still going to have the shenanigans. We're going to keep it real on here. So that's kind of fun. You know, I actually have a few people that I work with in Iraq and Pakistan area. It's 5 p.m. there, so you're in Central Time, so 5:36 where you are. Can't be that random. So what brings everybody here tonight? What state or what part of the world are you in with that time zone? Because it's Central Time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, or if you want to call it like Green Mountain Time. I don't even think that they still use that. Oy vey. So one of the things that somebody was bringing up on messages was the idea of discernment versus intuition. And kind of what I wanted to put out there was, hey, in Alabama and in Michigan, one of the things I want to put out there is how do you guys start to recognize within yourself where it's maybe your nerves that's telling you something or when it's your intuition telling you something? What has been your tells as a person? Like, for instance, I'm naturally a very anxious and neurotic person. I tend to feel it like in the abdomen area. It's like that big sense of dread, and it's just like something is going to happen. All right, so what's going to happen? I don't know what, but we're going to prepare for it. Mental health, you have insomnia. Um, well, Pavel, I would want to know, like, what are the methods that you have tried? Everyone can be like, well, just don't drink caffeine. Don't do this, don't do that. Have you had your water? Yeah, all those things are great, but your case is going to be very unique for yourself. The throat strains, fun. Oy vey. I'm getting a notification from Duolingo, which basically harasses me to do my math and my Italian. So. CBD, yes, but not everybody can take it. Not even because it would come with some sort of an adverse effect. Some jobs, like some government jobs, won't even allow you to have CBD, even if it's not something that causes any type of a high. If it's something that is even remotely related to the hemp plant, they want absolutely no part in it. And I've seen people actually lose their jobs over that because even though it doesn't do anything other than relax you, it's still considered, you get what I'm saying. So you are in Iraq. I don't know what you have available to you over there. What are some of the things that you have done to kind of like work on your insomnia? Because it can be, I do know that a lot of people who I work with in like Pakistan or Iraq, they're usually up until the wee hours of the morning and staying up super late at night, like these little broken up sleep patterns. And I do know that that kind of stress can be difficult for the body, but it doesn't always happen. So again, your case is very specific. There's also, it depends on what's available to you. So you can do some sort of a bath soak. You can do some sort of a ritual that has you decompress from the day. You can set the tone in your room by like blackout, curtains or something to that effect. It all depends on what you have available to you. What are you willing to invest in it? Hey, Robert, what's happening? Right now we're talking about insomnia. And also, one of the things that I had put out to you guys was how do you start to use, how do you start to discern whether something is your intuition or just your emotions? And so far, haven't really seen much about that except for Ivy talking maybe about the throat strains on that. Where do you start to see the tells in your body with what's going on with you? Meditation is great. What tends to happen, I don't know if this is the case for you or for you guys who are watching, but when you're trying to get into a state of meditation, free your mind and just let it flow to where it wants to go. Meanwhile, your brain is thinking about every little idiocy under the planet, like under the sun, for God's sakes. So like you could be thinking about your schedule, thinking about thinking about that you shouldn't be thinking. Is this what meditation is like? Like your mind will run wild. One of the things to understand is that, yeah, you're going to have all those thoughts running wild. It's not about denying them. It's about having those thoughts and letting them pass through and starting to see where things navigate and go towards, and starting to control what direction those are going in, what deep rooting things are brewing in you that you haven't really paid attention to and focused in on. One of those things is wanting to catch like your breath and starting to pay attention to that. Stop caffeine, boxing, alcohol, everything. So let's see. Do you tend to be high stressed? Like what's going on with that? Hey, Jace. Your intuition won't let you go there. It refuses to go there, which is difficult and time consuming because you have sort of fear or facts. You've been burned bad before. No, I totally hear you. Repeat gut feeling, like a weird sixth sense, but it has to repeat. If it's one off, then it's just an emotion. But if it happens more than once, you can sleep for 4 days, that's when you got insomnia. So yours is caused by a traumatic event. So one of the things that I would want to do is start to address the trauma and the passing of your loved one. So this is starting to get closure in that cycle of your life. Hey, Robert. Yeah, honestly, no matter what, always go to somebody who's a licensed practitioner. Like I'm a life coach and again, hypnotist. So not a doctor, can't diagnose anything. I can only give you the bandwidth of what coaching will allow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting the go ahead from my significant other to go live. Little do they know I'm already live. Baha. You did a hormonal test. Your female hormones are off and cortisol is very high and just turned 40. So you are dealing with a lot of stress. You have your adrenal glands probably running nonstop and you're in constant fight or flight to the point where it feels normalized to you. Again, not a doctor, not diagnosing anything. That's just what that is telling you. So the cortisol is just a response to that. So yes, this, you could address it through, talking to a counselor, talking to a therapist. Yes, you can talk to a life coach. No, you don't have to talk to me if you want. Fine. I would love to be there. But I know that there's a whole wide world with other people who you can have services with. Oy. So one of the things, did the VA send you an evil eye? I have no idea. We're not doing questions. We're doing coaching and talking about different topics. Going this week, hormone therapy. Congratulations. Yeah. Let us know how the decompression from the ex goes. Yeah, you don't need to be a detective when you're in a relationship. That is so rough. That is overwhelming. I wouldn't want that for anyone. Can a boy wear leggings like girls do? Guys and girls can wear whatever the heck they want. Honestly, you have the ability to put it on, and rock it. So one of the things that I want you to understand with intuition is it's not going to be this overwhelming and over-consuming feeling. If this is something that is causing unbearable fear with you, then that is not your intuition. That is your alert system not feeling safe in the area because of something that is either imagined or maybe you're picking up on, God, no, it just there's something in the environment that is startling you. And again, if something is usually intuition, it usually has this soothing and knowledgeable feeling of, okay, go look at this. Okay, go check this out. And then there'll be a fallout from that, which is based off of your actions. What's up, Nicole? Huh. So if I'm not completely mistaken, isn't the stone with the symbol of it of the evil eye on it to ward off bad energy? So if somebody sends that, wouldn't that bring in the idea that they're sending in protection from you? Maybe I'm totally wrong and that's perfectly fine, but I'm not totally crazy on that, right? You have wear leggings like girls do at shops. Cool, rock 'em. So if somebody's sending you protection, wouldn't that be a good thing? Wouldn't that like be a care and consideration for you? We'll see what it is. And also another thing that has been coming up is a lot of people over the last few years have been caught up, and I'm no exception to it. Your case was different because she raised you when you were 2 years old. Your parents passed away in 1992, so you lived with her. After your grandma passed, you lived with your uncle. Then 2018, he passed away too. I'm so sorry for your loss. Holy crap. That's a lot. That's a lot for somebody to deal with. Um, what is it? What is it that we were just talking about? We're talking about intuition, the discernment of that versus your feelings. Hey, Xfinity. No, I haven't been on since last month. It's been a few weeks since I've been on. I've been completely burnt out with live. So I didn't do that. I didn't post anything. I just had to get into work mode, hermit mode. So that's been fun. You felt like most people were looking at you? Oh yeah, no, it's okay here. Lots of chaos. Still looking for a place in another state. So it's going to be good. But other than that, let's see. Switching around, raising Sevak. That's the main thing. Getting more certifications under my belt so I can be the all-in-one stop for my coaching clients. But other than that, okay, so, oh yeah, no, it's great. So we're talking about discernment of intuition and nerves. And then it was, what else? What were we just talking about before I started reading Xfinity? By the way, no hate towards Xfinity. I kind of got sidetracked. I could, I mean, go back and rewatch it, but that means I moved to Hollywood. Nah, some of my clients live out there. I'll go to visit. That's about it. And I've already been to the Hollywood Hills. It's beautiful over there. I do love California. I would have to say that Hollywood Boulevard, it smells kind of funky. Not gonna lie, I'm not talking crap about anybody, but I went there early in the morning and it smelled kind of like excrements. I'm just gonna put that out there. You're moving to Hollywood in April? What are you looking to do? I work with some of the people in the industry, and I do know that some people have lost some of their homes, and it's been absolutely devastating. One of the things that I've found interesting is how people really don't have empathy for, you know, what's been happening in California. And they're just starting to take care of North Carolina right now, too. So it's like everything is kind of a mess over there. been feeling uneasy, headaches, tired, anxious. But it all started when he had falling out with somebody in a spiritual community who said really mean things on their platform. That person is probably just being garbage. I wouldn't worry about it. If something is sent out to you, then it goes back to them 10 times. So if they want to mess with you, then they're going to get screwed in the process, and that's not something I would ever have you worry about. There's a lot of people yes, that's what it was. It was about the no exceptions part of it. So when I first started this channel, I was doing a lot of relationship reads, a lot of tarot, soulmate twin flame readings, it was a great idea and it was a great concept. And I do believe that it exists, but I also feel like a lot of the spiritual community has just completely fed into a fantasy, and it's kept people in actually really abusive situations and relationships and really unhealthy spots. I've seen people be in physically violent situations all under this guise of this is what true love is, working through the shadows of it. And this person was maybe not physically getting hurt, but they were having the physical threat around them, and that's not something that anybody needs to deal with. So I have since started to, well, actually over the last couple of years, I've really started to stay away from the title of soulmate twin flame. You can go through it if you like, but don't let it be the definition of what keeps you with somebody, because you can have a deep soul bond with somebody, but it doesn't mean that you sacrifice your safety or health for that person. It's not going to be this big breakthrough of, oh, they've seen how much I've done for them, now they're going to appreciate you and give you that world, that beautiful, warm agape love. And I've seen some really deplorable human beings in the spiritual community completely feed off of somebody's fears or fantasy with it just because they saw them as like some sort of, it wasn't done in integrity. And I have completely gotten away from and blocked all those people. I want nothing to do with them. Oh God, yeah. If somebody is in a bad place, you can be supportive, absolutely, without question. Relationships are challenging. You are never just going to have a smooth sailing road. You're going to have bumps, you're going to have triggers, you're going to have blowout fights, you're going to have, regular human interactions, which is going to be the entire spectrum of the human emotions. But if somebody is disregarding your safety, if they're taking advantage of a situation, if somebody is really in a volatile place and it's like, but I love them, great. Put the space in between you guys so that they can fix themselves. It's not you giving up on them, it's making sure that you're safe. Give some space so that they can go work on themselves and you don't have to get buried, because we don't want anything happening to you. You're an ex-Royal Marine, served 9 years, now you're a full-time bodyguard, hence why you're moving to Hollywood. Yeah, I do know some of those who, well, okay, so they may not be Royal Marine, but I do know some people who are bodyguards to the elite, yeah. Or the elite, whatever you want to call them, I don't care. What's up, Samuel? We're talking about some coaching insights, and we're talking about some hot button subjects like what the twin flame revolution has done to people and how it's been glorified? Glorified, yes. Okay, that's the word that I want. High expectations. I think that you should have high expectations. High expectations and showing people how to treat you. It's not that everybody's a king or a queen. It's just generalized human respect. But what does respect look like for you? What are your non-negotiables? I've seen like people sacrifice so much of themselves just to keep the peace in their relationship, where they ultimately just end up hating themselves and the other person because it's always been about an idea rather than the actuality of it. Oh yeah, it always comes back to the golden rule. Treat unto others as you'd have them treat unto you. So you better believe A relationship is going to involve work, miscommunications, forgiveness, and getting through some difficult times. You don't get through this life unscathed, but one of the things I come across this stuff all the time, but something I came across earlier, you are literally getting what you had wanted. Like you wanted love, so you were given so many chances to learn compassion. You wanted patience, so you've been given so many circumstances that really tested your patience. You've been given wisdom, so you had to learn how to make really difficult choices. You wanted to be strong, so you had to be put through situations where you had no other choice but to be strong. These are things that are kind of like an answered prayer for you. Does that make sense? Like, what are some of the things that you guys have been dealing with in regard to any of this? It doesn't have to stay with that twin flame concept, obviously, but what are some of the things that have been showing up in your life? You got disappointed so many times because you had high expectations for people. You thought they would treat you like you do, but no. Well, yeah, you got to see people where they are. And just because somebody has a different perspective or point of view doesn't mean that you have to write them off in your life. Some things are your non negotiables, and that obviously is all of this is completely your choice. But not everybody who has a different opinion than you is going to be your enemy. And not everybody who agrees with you is going to be your friend. That's where you want to start to use discernment. Things can look absolutely phenomenal on paper, but be an absolute recluse in life. PTSD, I'm sorry that you're struggling with that. I'm not making light of it, by the way. It depends on what expectations you are talking about. Okay, so let's say, for instance, let's just even talk about what is a non-negotiable that you have with somebody who is significant in your life. They don't have to be a romantic partner. They can be. They could be a family member. They could be a friend. They can be a lover of sorts. But with that person who is a significant person in your life, what is the non-negotiable that they have to embody in order to stay in your life? Like, for instance, you don't want to have a serial killer who is your bestie because it's going to kind of rub off on certain things the wrong way. Oh, man. You got disappointed so many times. Disappointment is an understatement. Sometimes it can be the most deflating thing in the world to see somebody in such a light for so long and then have the blinders ripped off of your eyes and you actually have to see them as they are, and that can be really devastating. Hang on. Enjoy the broadcast. I actually just sent a message to somebody inviting them in on this. So, what are the expectations you have for somebody if they are to remain close to you in your life? This isn't something that has to be like, I don't know, earth shattering. It could be something as simple as what kind of qualities do you want them to have? And also, I gotta ask, when is some time that you actually got exactly what it was that you wanted from a person because you've never had this kind of interaction with them before and you kind of discovered that this wasn't for you? You are going to meet a new girlfriend. That is wonderful. Congratulations for you. You do your best for close ones, and at the end they betray you and something like that. Yeah, so it's like somebody either took you for granted or they took advantage of you. So this is what this is honestly telling me, Pavel, is that you're a giver and you're surrounding yourself by people who just kind of take. So there's a sense of validation that seems to be chased in that. Like, what are you putting yourself out there for to ensure that you can stay in this person's life? It's almost like asking for permission for somebody to say that you're good enough for them when you've been good enough this entire time. So where can you honor yourself in that and start perking yourself up rather than, giving somebody who doesn't have the slightest clue, the wheel to your car. By the way, absolutely no hate on that because I have experienced that in a lot of points in my life and it still hurts as much every time that it happens. It's like, how did this person get past me on this again? Like, it boggles the mind. I don't know if you can hear the dog snoring. It is the funniest thing. And Emmy, who is probably my biggest bully on the planet, she will snore with her eyes open. Don't even know what that's about. It's okay. Build yourself so next to what? Next time it doesn't happen. Well, think about it this way.